What is up, peoples of the internet? Just like Scott Serkland, who is running a Kickstarter right now, youngandthedead.com. Go check it out. If you go to that link, it brings you right to the Kickstarter. Go help a brother out. He's making an awesome comic, and I can't wait to get mine. So, also Chris McQuinlan. I don't know why I messed that up, but his Kickstarter is live as well, and both are linked in the description. I'm leaving those links in the description for the rest of the time that their Kickstarter is going, for the 100 Days of Making Comics videos. So you can always click it, and hopefully I'll remember to mention it every time. Probably not, just because I'm forgetful, but maybe so. That'd be cool. But definitely go support the two guys out. They're both doing awesome projects. And yeah, so what am I doing? Well, today is day number 35. Yeah, because yesterday was the 4th. May the 4th be with you. If you didn't see, I did do a video yesterday on Facebook and Instagram and not Twitter, because I don't know the length of Twitter videos, so I tried to upload it. It didn't really work, I guess, but anyways, so yeah, I did a video of me drawing a Yoda, and it will be up on YouTube eventually, but I want to do like a little bit longer version with a little commentary and stuff. So, you know, that I wasn't able to get done, you know, for the 4th, but that's okay. There's no reason why I can't throw a Yoda art video up any time of the year, because you know, Star Wars is always awesome. So yeah, so what am I doing right now? I am driving to work from work. What am I not doing right now? Making art. But that's alright. So let's see. Oh, so today, 100 Days of Making Comics, day 35. Probably this one's gonna be a bit random. And I started recording on the phone again. I cleared up some space, and it's just better quality for you guys. And I like better quality videos. Everybody does. So, and I had issues with the Google Hangouts that one time, and you couldn't barely hear me. And I mean, I'll use Google Hangouts still for, you know, even for these videos sometimes, but you know, if I'm driving in the car, I might just do this. I don't know. I switch back and forth. I'm always changing stuff up. But I do like that it's better quality for you guys. You guys get to see my ugly mug a little clearer. And I'm really fuzzy right now. I probably should cut all this. If you're new to my channel, usually I'm way less fuzzy. In fact, often I'm almost no fuzz. Because I cut my hair really short usually. But I don't know, I've been letting it grow. My wife likes it, but I do need to trim it up at least. Anyways, why am I talking about my hair? I don't know. So let's see. Mike Emirates, who's also doing 100 Days of Making Comics, check his stuff out on YouTube. He was talking about, he did a couple videos, one about like goals and stuff, and how sometimes, you know, it's not good to focus just straight on the goals, but also on actually not just only on the goal of like what you're trying to do, but also on more on the process. Sorry, a little distracted. Sometimes driving distracts me from making videos. As well it should probably. But But yeah, so I think that's an interesting point, and it's definitely one that I've thought of before or learned before or whatever. But you know, the lessons, you know, sometimes they come useful, and then sometimes you forget them and you need reminders, or they didn't sink in enough or whatever. So I definitely am happy to have that reminder, because you know, with this comic I'm trying to make, it does get overwhelming when I think about the long term, like what it's gonna be, and I'm not even 100% sure of what that is, you know. So yeah, kind of focusing in on the process. The one thing that I think would be more of a strength with that, though, and make me more able to do that, is something that I need to maybe do, is create a kind of a schedule, like make the goal more solid. So, you know, working, because the fact that my goal like didn't have an end date in mind is something that is or was discouraging me. But I'm kind of figuring something out now, so I think that my end date, at the very least, I'm thinking that maybe my goal should be that by the end of the hundreds I'll have the writing done, and during the hundreds I'll focus pretty much only on the writing, unless I happen to get it done. But I kind of want the final script done by the hundreds for all 12 stories and the whole story overarching, so I can, you know, get on the actual creating of it. I don't know if that'll include thumbnails or not. I don't know how far that'll go. It might just be rough drafts finished for each of the 12 stories. But on you know, the kind of the pace I'm going now, it probably would be only the rough drafts. But if I focus a little better and spend more time than I have been, and if some of these stories write themselves a little better, then, you know, with a little, you know, luck, a little fortune, a little help, providential help, maybe I will be able to, you know, get it all done with a final script by the end of the hundreds. So I have 65 more days to get that done. So that's actually, that would be pushing it to get that done, you know, in that time. But I'd like to get there, you know, because that motivates me, you know, that gives me like motivation to get it done. And I know that, you know, there's different approaches and stuff. Like some people might be like, well, you should take your time, make sure it's really good, and I already said this in like one of the last episodes, but and yes, I agree, but also, like I said, this is not meant to be like the best thing I've ever created. I'm still learning. Like, I mean, everybody is still learning, but I'm still very new, you know, at this stuff. So to me, this is more a learning experience than anything. But I also do want it to become a book that is hopefully entertaining and interesting, and, you know, maybe teaching, or I don't know, you know. So anyways, that's just some thoughts on that. Today, what did I work on? I worked on Sophia the Conqueror, that story, still working on that. Character development more than anything. Kind of, you know, this story is not coming easily to me, and I think it's just weird because I just don't think about relationships when I think of writing stories. I think about plot. I think about things happening, action, you know. I'm a guy, like, I don't know, I definitely, like, not that, I should say in that way, I'm kind of a stereotypical guy, you know. I like stuff that you would typically say that guys like, you know. I like action and all that stuff. But I also want there to be emotion in my book, in my stories. I want there to be something that truly impacts you for like kind of a pretty good length, like that really like lasts with you. So that element is something that I want to develop, but that does happen a lot through the relationships of the characters, and that's something that doesn't come natural to me. I mean, I have relationships, I try to have good relationships, but there hasn't been a lot of drama in my life, so I'm not like, because I don't feed into drama, I don't want drama, I avoid drama, you know, maybe to my own fault. Like a conversation my wife and I have had many times with other couples and other people and just with ourselves is the fact that, you know, when me and her have an argument, it's really she has the argument and I kind of just wait until she's done. And I'm not gonna get into a yelling match with anybody. It's just not in me. I don't have really even the ability to do it, and I don't want to participate in it. When I'll be happy to talk with anybody when we're calm, you know, and reasonable. But, you know, and maybe that's a strength, but maybe I should, you know, that leads me to be maybe more of a passive person. So that being said, maybe it doesn't come natural to me to like create dialogue where, like right now I am writing, I'm trying to write things that have to do with conflict within a marriage, and I've seen it a lot, and I've had it a lot, but not with words, at least not on my side. So I am drawing from, you know, my own experience, and trying to be honest, but at the same time it's hard to pull out the dialogue, and it's hard to, also another thing is, what I did was there's two characters, you know, married couple, and I was trying to develop what their hang-ups are between each other and why they're kind of at each other's throat within this particular part, you know, within this story. And kind of this whole story has a lot to do with their conflict, with their issues. It pretty much has everything to do with it. And so I'm trying to define what are their issues. Okay, I kind of think I figured it out. I'm just kind of really deriving from life, you know, stuff that me and my wife have dealt with, you know. And so I guess, but, you know, like, how do I write the dialogue around it? How do I, you know, make it sound natural? And also, like, these issues are never like just one issue. There's always a lot going on in the background. It's more than just one issue. There's, like, you know, it's always it's more complicated, you know, in real life. But in story, you kind of want to simplify things, at least from what I've learned, what people say, and also just it makes sense. You don't want to try to hit a million different topics at once. You want to try to kind of have one main topic and make that clear point, you know, or else you're going to kind of get stuck. Or you won't get stuck, but, you know, it won't come across, nothing really, like they say, if you're trying to say everything, then you'll end up saying nothing within your story. So I want to avoid that. How do I do that? I don't know. I'm a novice writer, so I'm still trying to figure that out. So there's that. So that's what I'm working on. So today I wrote a couple paragraphs about just character development and trying to just define where their issues are. And I'm having a hard time figuring out how to come to the resolve of the story that I want. And, like, it's funny because Mike Emmerich was talking about speaking through children, and that's kind of what's going to happen in this story. And that was already the plan, like, way before, you know, I even heard him talk about that. So I just kind of noticed, oh, Mike just talked about this. So that's kind of going to happen. But how do I bring that about, and how do I make a child say something profound that makes a big change, kind of without knowing it, and kind of without making the child seem smarter than they should be, I guess. Like I don't know if it would be, I guess it is maybe doing it without them knowing it, or maybe they do kind of know what they're doing, you know, I don't know. And also, how do I write a theme in a way where it's not like super right directly on the nose of the topic, you know, so that it's not like super literal, you know, and it's more nuanced and stuff. I don't know. I mean, that kind of stuff comes probably with having written a lot of stories, you know, the ability to do that kind of thing. So, you know, at some point I'm going to have to just make some decisions and write a bad story if I have to, you know, because I'm not going to learn, you know, they say, like, even with art, you know, a lot of people say, you know, you have to do a lot of bad drawings to get to the good ones, and you know, it's going to be the same way with story, I guess. I mean, I've probably written a handful of stories in various formats in my life, you know, but that's, you know, I can't expect to be a master, you know, with just a handful of small stories under my belt, you know. So, I mean, it is what it is, and that's, like I said, I mean, even when I thought of the idea of this whole thing, it was like, how do I get more stories under my belt so I can get to the good ones, basically, you know? So, I feel bad, though, because I'm like, I hope, you know, I'm not like, okay, like, I want you guys to check this story out, you know, when it's done, but, like, I'm not doing a very good job of, like, enticing you to check it out if I'm saying, well, some of these stories might be bad. So, I don't know. But we'll see. I'm sure it'll be interesting and entertaining in some way, shape, or form. So, yeah, I guess that's what I'm thinking, guys. I had a lot of other thoughts, too. I took in a lot of information today. My head is, you know, kind of swirly, which it usually is after work. And, yeah, it is what it is. But hope you guys are having a great day. If you want to check my stuff out, marshmakesart.com. I'm Marsh Makes Art everywhere else on all the social medias, and check out the 2 Kickstarters down in the links that I have linked up for Scott and Chris. And that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you on the next episode. Peace out.